Hey YouTube, how's it going? So I'm doing alright. My APU is acting up again, so I'll have to get that fixed. But this time I've got a warranty at least. I'm sitting here in a Landstar casino. I got a delivery just right down the road tomorrow morning. But if you notice from the title down there is that it's called Landstar Blues, and here's why. So I was on Facebook and a buddy of mine was telling me about this argument between a Landstar agent and a driver. And there's a Facebook page where Landstar drivers and agents can gripe about each other. Well, this guy found a link to Landstar's, they're public, they're traded publicly, and you can read all their information. I don't know what it's called. But last year they moved 96% of their freight by truck. 46% was by BCO. 47% was by outside carrier. And there's continuing pictures of a continuing flow of pictures of outside carriers pulling Landstar trailers. And one of the things that you deal with over there is if you drop and hook and they don't have a trailer, you might sit for a week before you get one. And I guarantee that right now there's somebody possibly watching this video that's over there waiting for a trailer while, a truck passes them by that's not even a Landstar BCO. So, but what that did is that started the argument, and it goes back to what I said to you guys in November. And I wish I wouldn't have erased that video. I erased all my Landstar videos for a reason, because people were still thinking I was recruiting for them, and I'm not. I never was. I was just telling you how it is, good or bad. But what's happened is the rates have gone so low that BCOs won't bid on certain freight. Like I wouldn't go underneath a certain amount per mile. And the argument was that the agents don't care. They grab anything they can and they still make money. Landstar still makes money. They get their cut, agents get their cut, and some agents will claim that they make more money using an outside carrier. Okay? So the argument happened between a driver I know and the agent that I had lunch with back in November, who I tried to get in some good information, but he wasn't letting up, and he self-contradicted what he was saying. Oh, you got to do this and this and this, but then his freight didn't match what he was telling me I had to do. So that argument got pretty heated, and the agent was like, well, driver, you don't know how to run your business. And what it is the agent says sometimes we take the cheap stuff so we get in good with the customer. So if you drivers would learn to do that, then you wouldn't have any problems. Well, the problem with that is if you continually do loads cheaper than what you're running, what you need to run, then you're going to lose money. Granted, you won't lose money as fast if, by just sitting, but the agents don't realize that we have costs. Owner-operator has different costs and all that, And so it was a pretty interesting argument. And, and at the end of the day, it's null and void for me because I don't deal with that. If there's a cheap load on our board, which we do, we have them, I just don't do it. That's where the company guys come in. They do those. Am I in competition with company trucks? Probably. Has a company truck ever gotten one of my loads that may have canceled? That might have happened, but that happens all the time at Landstar too. So you might be a BCO, get a load, and then an hour before you go pick it up, agent calls, I found somebody to do it cheaper. Can you do it for this? And you go, no. And then they go, well, sorry, tough luck, and you find out that it's an outside carrier, And outside carriers with multiple trucks, they can run a little bit lower, believe it or not. They could take a hit from one truck. Whereas a single owner operator can't. So I'm just so glad that I'm not a part of that anymore, and I really feel for the guys at Landstar that are struggling. Not everybody at Landstar is struggling, don't get me wrong. There's still people making money over there. But these are guys that are well established, and they're working through one agent, and they're not using that low board. I went over there because of the low board, and the low board wasn't what it was supposed to be. So the other thing I'm going to mention is Pilot Flying J. I saw a thing on Facebook. Because of Fillmore's birthday, it's 1 year, they're going to offer 50 cents for a cup of coffee every Friday between 4 and 6 p.m. Who drinks coffee at that time? Why is just 2 hours a week? 2 hours a week. And Love's, hell, you get to a certain status, I get free refills all day long. It just shows you how clueless Pilot and Flying J is, I don't get it. And their cups, those Fillmore cups, they suck. You put your coffee in it, and it's cold within 20 minutes, Whereas their styrofoam cups, you might get an hour out of it, but Fillmore cups are worthless. I've had 3 of them, But it just goes to show you that most people that are controlling the money and the things in trucking aren't driving trucks. People making the regulations, the people that are making the business deals, the people that don't know the first thing about how these things operate and what it costs to operate, what it takes mentally and physically to operate. And that's the problem with the industry. So we just got to adapt the way we adapt and do the best that we can. And that's what I've tried to do here. And, so far so good, knock on wood. You guys be careful, be safe, be good. And, like I said, Landstar is nothing but a brokerage with trailers. There's proof of it online. So, see ya.